Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back, or if it's your first time here, welcome. I really hope you enjoyed today's video as well as my channel. Definitely do not forget to hit that subscribe button down below if you do. So today's video is going to be yet another dupe video. Now, based off of the response from my last dupe video that I did, you guys seem to really enjoy them. So I definitely want to continue to do them more often. And today's dupe video is really going to be all about lip products. So I basically scoured my lip product collection to find dupes that were unique. I really tried to focus today's dupe video on luxury lip products. I have a lot of Marc Jacobs, Hourglass, NARS, even Tom Ford, because luxury lip products are ridiculously expensive, and I found some really awesome alternatives for you guys that I think you're going to be really excited about. And definitely do not forget to leave your own lip product dupe suggestions in the comments down below for me to see as well as for everybody else to see, because it's always super helpful, and I feel like everybody really enjoys the comment sections in these types of videos. So without further ado, let's get into the dupes. All right, so let's start off with what I'm wearing on my lips right now, and this is actually the dupe for this NARS Velvet Lip Glide in the shade MINDCRAFT. And the dupe that I'm wearing on my lips is ColourPop Ultra Satin Lip in the shade Cozy. So if you're unfamiliar with the NARS Velvet Lip Glides, if you didn't know, they are definitely some of my favorite lip products. There's no doubt about it, but of course they are definitely more on the pricier side. The formula for this product is really interesting. It's sort of like a liquefied lipstick, more on the glossier side, and some colors are definitely a little bit more sheer than others. This one in particular, however, is really nice and opaque. It has a really nice gloss to it, and it's a really beautiful, bright mandarin orange red. Now, if I put them side by side, you could probably tell right away that they are the exact same shade. I would say that Cozy is maybe just a touch more orange, but really on the lips, you guys are going to be able to see, you could really barely tell the difference. As far as the formula goes, the differences between these two, the ColourPop Ultra Satin is definitely not quite as shiny as MINDCRAFT, but overall, I do think that the Ultra Satins actually wear quite a lot longer than the Velvet Lip Glide. So if you're looking for something a little bit more long wearing and way more affordable, then this is definitely a really great option, especially if you're into this gorgeous color. So I actually found not only just one, but two NARS dupes. I was so excited when I found this, because not only is this a color dupe, but this is also like a formula dupe, and it's even in the same format. So this is actually one of the new Velvet Matte Lip Pencils, and this one is in the shade Endangered Red. They're basically just matte lip pencils that aren't overly dry, and they are really nice to wear, but I found a great alternative to it. This is the Maybelline Color Drama in the shade 310, and as you can see, they are both in like the chubby pencil format. They are both matte, and they are both the exact same color. Really not much else to say about them other than there's definitely a huge price difference between these two. And let me tell you guys, these Maybelline pencils are really beautiful. They glide on the lips so nicely. They have a really nice amount of color payoff as well, and they're really nice and creamy while still being more on the matte side. So this was like a huge success, and I really hope that you guys are just as excited as I am for this one. So now moving on to a Tarte dupe. This is actually one of the new Color Splash lipsticks in the shade Skinny Dip, and the shade itself is sort of like a really warm, almost like yellowy nude. Now I did find a lip color that is very similar. I would say they're almost like a 90% dupe. There are slight differences between them, but really nothing too crazy. And the dupe that I did find is this Wet n Wild lipstick in the shade 900B Pink Sugar, which confuses me because this is like the farthest thing from pink ever, but that's really besides the point. So like I said, there is a slight color difference between the two. I would say that the Wet n Wild shade is just slightly peachier, but really not by much. And as far as the formulas go, I would say that they're pretty much the same. They both have a very like hydrating, creamy, and opaque formula. So if you're looking for very warm, yellowy nude, definitely try out the Wet n Wild one if you don't want to shell out like 30 something bucks for the Tarte one. So I found a dupe for the Marc Jacobs liquid lipstick in the shade Shush Blush. Now I actually did a full review on this lip product, so I will link that down below in case you want to check it out. But just to basically sum up this formula, it's not a drying liquid lipstick formula at all. It's not even matte. It's more of like just a liquefied lipstick, very similar to like the Too Faced liquefied lipsticks. They just are very creamy and opaque and have a lot of shine to them. So the dupe that I found is this L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Gloss, and this one is in the shade 314 Nude Elude. This is probably the closest alternative that I've ever been able to find at the drugstore for the Marc Jacobs liquid lipsticks. It's basically the same type of idea where it's a liquefied lipstick that doesn't totally dry down, that's nice and opaque, really nice and comfortable to wear. Now, as far as the shade goes, You cannot tell a difference between the two. They are the exact same color. So, I mean, if you were thinking of picking up Shush Blush from the Marc Jacobs liquid lipstick line, go check out the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Gloss in 314. Oh yeah. So next I've got a MAC classic that I found a dupe for. This is Velvet Teddy. Definitely one of my favorite nudes from MAC. It's a really gorgeous, very like neutral nude. I just find that it is very flattering, especially on a variety of skin tones. I have not yet found a skin tone yet that this doesn't look good on. So the dupe that I found for MAC Velvet Teddy is this Rimmel lipstick in the shade 14. I would say that the only difference between the two is the formula. I do find that the MAC Velvet Teddy is just like slightly creamier, whereas the Rimmel lipstick definitely has a little bit more of a sheen to it. And I do find that this color is a little bit more buildable. You can get something more sheer with it if you put on a very thin coat, or you could build it up to get something really nice and opaque. But all in all, if you're looking for a shade that is just the exact same to MAC Velvet Teddy, then Rimmel number 14 is your guy. So next I've got a dupe for one of the girl lip stilos from Hourglass. If you're unfamiliar with this formula, they are so beautiful. I gotta say, I do really like them. Very creamy, very easy to wear. This shade in particular, in the shade Achiever, is definitely one of my favorites. It's a really gorgeous, warm, deep nude. And this is one of the Maybelline lipsticks in 570 Toasted Truffle. So when you compare these side by side, you can see that they're both very similar as far as the shade goes, but the formula is definitely a little bit different. The Hourglass formula is a little bit more on like the sheer side. It definitely has more of a sheen to it as well, whereas the Maybelline lipstick is a lot creamier and has a lot more opacity to it. So also depending on your preferences, if you want something that is this shade, but it is a little bit more opaque and creamier, then the Maybelline one is definitely going to be up your alley. So next it's time to dupe a Tom Ford lipstick. Now Tom Ford lip products are so expensive. I believe this is probably the most expensive lip product that I have in my collection. They're around like 60 something dollars Canadian, and I'm not even sure that's including taxes. So they're definitely extremely pricey. They're nice lipsticks. However, I don't really feel like they're totally worth their like 60 something dollar price tag. I feel like there are so many other lip products that are pretty similar to this type of formula, which is why it's always nice to be able to find some color alternatives. So the dupe that I found is actually another Wet n Wild lipstick. So Wet n Wild lipsticks are like what, $1.99? A 60th of the price of the Tom Ford lipsticks, which is sort of mind-blowing. You could get a whole lot of these for the price of one of these. So the shade that I'm going to be duping today from Tom Ford is called Casablanca, and it's a very warm, like rosy toned shade. Very pretty, very perfect for every day. And the shade that I found that is quite similar to that is 912C in the Flesh from Wet n Wild. The Wet n Wild shade has maybe like a touch more almost like coral to it, but really if you're not staring that hard, you really cannot even tell much of a difference. So we've made it to the last dupe of today, and I actually have yet another dupe for one of the Hourglass girl lip stilos. So this one is for the shade Dreamer, which is just a really pretty, very soft coral, and I was able to dupe it with yet another one of the Maybelline lipsticks in 550 Honey Pink. So as far as the color goes, they're spot on identical to each other, but they do have their differences as far as the formula goes, but that's just something that is basically up to personal preference to you. But if you're just interested in the color in general, then the Maybelline one is a really great option. So that actually finishes off all of my lip product dupes for today. I really hope that you guys enjoyed today's video and found it helpful. Do not forget to let me know some of your favorite dupes in the comments down below. I would really love to know. Give this video a big thumbs up, and of course subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!